Hey Canucks fans, it is Canucks game day. It is a Canuck Clay live stream day. I'm going to the game with Justin Credible, and it's also Ask Me Anything. Let's get into it. I am Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take on one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, April the 3rd. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I have so much to get to, but before that, I want to say two things. I want to say three things. Number one, thank you for all your well wishes. Yes, I am out of protocol. I'm feeling better. I'm still looking good. Everything back to normal. Number two, Jacob, silver medal. Kayla, silver medal. Sean just missed the cut of the Final Four. So proud of all three of the kids bowling. Not even kids, my three young adults all bowling yesterday. Unfortunately, none of them earned a trip to the Nationals this year, but is very proud of how well all of them did. Jacob and Kayla actually both only 50 pins out of winning the whole thing and over 10 games. That's really not much of a gap. So congrats to all three of them, Jacob, Kayla, and Sean. And then tonight, 10 p.m. live stream. Hope you join me after I took a week off. And yes, I'll be wrapping up this game that I'm going to with Justin Credible. So let's get to tonight's game. It's Vancouver, it's Vegas. Let's be realistic. The Canucks' playoff chances are not great. They are sitting at 73 points in 69 games. They basically got to go 12-1 over their final 13 games. They're 8 behind Dallas, 7 behind Vegas, 3 behind Winnipeg. And yeah, the Canucks only played twice this week, so all the teams have almost made up all of their games in hand, except for Dallas, the team that we're chasing. So that's why the team that's in the second wildcard spot right now. So that's why it's not completely realistic, but until they're mathematically eliminated, let's continue to cheer. Well, even if they're eliminated, I'm going to continue to cheer on this team. They can play spoiler for other teams, but most importantly, I want to see the Canucks win. I want to continue to see them win. I'll be at the game with Justin Credible. It's his hero game, so that means he's in my seats with me. Well, I'm in one seat, he's in the other, and then I'm looking forward to spending some good quality time with Justin, and just catching up on life overall. Catching up on the Canucks, it looks like Poolman will be coming in the lineup, and it looks like Jason Dickinson may be coming in the lineup. Poolman for Hunt and Dickinson for Richardson. So let's talk about how the Canucks practiced yesterday. Miller, Pearson, and Garland, the top line that we've been seeing, and then Horvat back after his bout with illness. He's back with PD and Besser. So our top six is set. Then our third line is Lamico between Podkolzin and Chason, that heavy line. And the fourth line with Dickinson coming in, Richardson out. It looks like Richardson was sick with whatever Horvat had, so we'll see if he plays tonight. It could be Dickinson between Nick Patan and Will Lockwood. So again, Miller, Pearson, Garland, Pettersson playing with Besser and Horvat, Lamico, Podkolzin, Chason, and then Dickinson, Lockwood, and Patan. On the blue line, Hughes with Shen, OEL with Myers, and it looks like it's going to be Travis Dermott and Tucker Poolman coming in for Brad Hunt. Then Hunt, Burrows, Keeper, all the extra defensemen. That means the Canucks still have out with Dickinson back, which is good, but they still have Höglander and Highmore out and maybe Richardson out. And I expect it to be Thatcher Demko in net tonight, but we won't know until this afternoon. The Canucks, this is their first of 3 games against Vegas in the next 9 or 10 days, which is a bit of a scheduling interesting anomaly. But we're 7 points behind Vegas. So even if we win all 3 of these against Vegas, which will be hard to do, we only come to within 1 of them. So you can just see that adds to how tough it's going to be for the Canucks to make the playoffs. And again, I'm going with Justin Credible. So I'm looking forward to that time. And I'm looking forward to seeing you tonight at 10 p.m. on my live stream. Let's get to, so don't forget, give me your score prediction. I haven't been to a Canucks game in a while. I just have a feeling they're going to have an offensive explosion tonight. Let's go 5-2 Vancouver. 5-2 Vancouver with PD scoring the first goal. I like to pick PD. So 5-2 with PD scoring the first goal. And I'd love to hear your score prediction and prediction of the first Canucks goal scorer. Let's get to your questions. The first one is indeed from Justin Credible. Legendary Justin Credible. He says, what do you think the Canucks' expectations are for the rest of the month, assuming they don't make the playoffs and that they differ? Do they differ from what your expectations are? And then Justin left a good paragraph that I want to read because there's a lot of insightful things in here. I think the rest of the season still has a lot of meaning for fans and management to get answers to for the future, even if we don't make the playoffs. Some fans would want us to sit, rest, or shut down some of our guys and play young guys for some games, which I can understand why. But I also believe athletes have pride, and the rest of the season will be about building good habits, work ethic, and compete hard every night, even if the 2 points is meaningless, as it's prep for next season's foundation of habits. The last thing I want is for all the stars to give up and mail it in. So for me, the last month, even if no playoffs, you dress the best players in roster to give yourself the best chance to win, even if it's meaningless in the standings. What are your thoughts and expectations? Great question, Justin. I was going to just answer you when I see you today, but I think this good question deserves an answer that everyone can hear. I think you've hit on some really good points, and I think it's going to be a tricky balancing act. First and foremost, I agree that you got to let the stars play. The Petterssons, the Millers, the Hughes. And I know you're not going to bench them for no reason because, yes, they are athletes. They gotta earn their money. We're paying them a lot of money. And, yeah, you owe it to them to let them play every game that they want to, unless they come to you and say, I'm hurt, I need a break, whatever, which I doubt they will. At the same time, now is the best chance of any to see what your young guys are. Lockwood, Rathbone, guys like that. So I think if you can, you kind of work around the margins. If you can bring a guy like a Lockwood or Rathbone in, not to sit a veteran, but because a veteran might be banged up or might be playing 3 and 4 or might come down with a flu, then you don't hesitate to put those young guys in. So that's the tricky balance. But I think I go back to my first point, more importantly, is that I think that Rutherford and Alvin especially, is still evaluating this roster. And you can only do that by seeing what you have and by playing your good players. So no, I do not think they'll mail it in. I don't worry about that. I don't think they're going to bench or healthy scratch veterans for the sake of getting young guys in. That's the way I would go. But I think they will look at getting a young guy in here and there. They're not going to just 3 or 4 on the same night, but because you still want to win, but you want to try and intentionally get 1 or 2 guys in every once in a while. So I think they can do both, to be honest with you. I lie. Without referring to your bane to existence 4-letter T word, yes, it rhymes with Hank. Given Vancouver's 2.3% chance of making the postseason, would you want the team to rest some stars? Oh, obviously I don't read these questions beforehand because this is the same question. In case there's any existing injuries and get the best playoff draft spot by being less competitive. Also, who do you see as the first roster player to get moved this offseason? Great question, I lie. I answered your first one in great detail. No, you don't rest stars. You let them play out the season. Because they are playing for spots, contracts, whatever it may be. And then the second part, who do you see as the first roster player to get moved this offseason? Interesting. Patrick Alvin said to Patrick Johnson yesterday that there are no superstars, that everyone still has to earn their keep, so to speak. I don't see it being a big ticket item. I see it being a maybe like a Poolman, a Dickinson, a Pearson, someone like that in the middle of the Canucks, maybe even a Garland. But I don't see it being a Hughes, PD, Horvat, Miller, or Besser right now. The Besser one is going to be interesting to watch in the offseason. But maybe, yeah, it's one of those middle tier guys like a Pearson, Dickinson, or a Poolman that could get moved first. Trevor Pruner, if you were the coach, what would you do defiantly to the Canucks special teams? Trevor, you might have meant differently or definitively, but it can be defiantly as well. For the power play, I would get more movement. Yes, I get that Miller and Hughes are pretty smart players and the power play runs through them. Then you try and set PD up for his one-timer, which I'm fine with. But I would try and get more movement overall, give other teams different looks so they can't scout as easily. And I would use Horvat and Besser a bit more in the bumper and in front of the net. On the second unit, I would put Puckholes and Hoglander out there. I'd put them out there with Garland and Pearson. And then OEL. So you get OEL with Pearson, Garland, Pearson, Garland, Hoglander, and Puckholes, and just get offensive players out there and let the young guys try. The second unit, you're not too worried about. They only get 20 or 30 seconds anyways. And why not have them maybe the potential for some easy points and get some confidence going? So that's what I would change for the power play. For the penalty kill, I wouldn't change a lot, actually. I like how they're rotating pairs. I like how they're getting more offensive guys out there, and their penalty kill has improved slowly but surely since Boudreau has been here. Lastly, from Tyler, when are we going to see Jet Wu? Looking at our right side of the D, Myers, Poolman, Shen, and Dermott can play on the right. I think we're still 2 seasons away from seeing Jet Wu. I think he'll be giving a chance for next season out of training camp, but I think we are 2 seasons away from seeing Wu. And it might feel like a long time. He might feel like a bit of a bust, but we have to be patient with defensemen. So I still think he can be a serviceable third pairing guy, but not for another year or 2. Okay, Canucks fans, thank you for your questions. I hope you enjoyed today's game. I hope you leave me a score prediction and first Canucks goal scorer. And I hope you join me tonight at 10 p.m. for my live stream. As always, subscribe if you'd like to. Oh no, I should give my shout outs. Shout out to I'm getting a little rusty here. My sponsors, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link in my video descriptions. And Advanced City Experts Real Estate Group. Contact Jason Lemon's team for all of your real estate needs. Shout out to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, and Hall of Fame members Jens95, Sim Alexander, Chris Seifert, Adam Brewfield, Shannon Hollingworth, HSM Fangirl Gaming, Smooth Groove, and Carol Bovenlander. Thank you for your support as always. And thanks to the support of all members of all levels, you are listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this during my videos or on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Now, subscribe if you like to, like this video if you like to, become a member or upgrade if you like to. Leave a comment down below if you like to. Score prediction, first Canucks goal scorer. I'm going Canucks 5-2 with Petey scoring the first goal. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Have a great day, and I'll see you tonight at 10 p.m. and enjoy the Canucks game. God bless. Go Canucks, go.